Hello and welcome back to episode 3. I think this episode it's a little bit later than what I was planning on doing, but I'm running into the thing I normally do, where I get really excited about a thing, I make loud noises about it, and then I get through the hard part, which at least it's not really the hard part, it's the part that I perceive to be the hard part. And then I lose interest. And that's what's happening to me right now. So I'm recording this to give myself another kick. I need those kicks to keep going and to remind myself that it's not over. I did not get past the hard part. I got past the easy part. That's the part that I thought I could do, and then I was able to do it. And the hard part is going to be finishing, and I need to keep telling myself that. So this is me telling myself that the hard part isn't over. You did a cool thing so far, maybe, and this is just the beginning. So I'm just going to push over here just to have some stuff to show. The maze auto-generates with the plugin, or yeah, I believe it's a plugin. And I've shown that I can draw lines on the maze to do that. And I have blueprints that place actors on the screen or into the space so that it tracks your location. And it makes sure that if you did succeed in the maze, you didn't cheat and just click the first and the last square and compute a success. And I think part of what I lost interest in is because I wanted to do it a certain way. I wanted it to be completely procedural. I make the maps, the engine does all the math, it places the actors, it finishes it for me. And when I did that, it got really buggy, as I kind of talked about in the last episode. And since it got buggy, I started to cut back on what I actually wanted to do and found a solution where I build the game with a procedural, like I build this level with a procedural method, and then I swap out a bunch of blueprints. So I have a maze for creating it, and then I have a maze for the game, and it's empty because it just needs to create the level. I basically use the same seed values and everything for the maze size and everything, and then it's exactly the same level, and I don't have to actually do any computation when the game starts running. And I believe that goes the same for a lot of my stuff. So like I have the goal for when testing, and it has a bunch of logic that gets changed because I don't need to figure out the answer. I already have the answer, and the answer being the path that it needs to take. I might have talked about that a little bit before. So as the spline passes through the maze, I figure out what cells that it's passed through using these box collision actors that have a array associated with them, and if the line that passes through them has all of the same spaces as the solution, then you win the level. And part of that is the draw line, the spline tool that I linked in the last video that shows how to draw splines in real time to use as a game element. And all of this basically gets trimmed down, and I think I got really discouraged by that concept that I wanted to do it one way and I'm ending up doing it another way, and this could just be part of what the development process is, especially for something that I couldn't really find ways to do this for Unreal. Unreal doesn't really like 2D. They have 2D stuff, but I don't think it's friendly or really helpful for this process. So there's a lot of things that I had an idea set out for that I changed, and I think that's discouraging. So, and I also have that thing where as soon as I get past the first part, I kind of get bored of it. So I'm trying to re-excite myself by talking about my struggle that I'm going through right now. I haven't touched it. I got a few levels built where I'm just like, these are going to be real sample-y things that maybe like aren't even used, but I'm getting used to the process of building these things. And then I was thinking about all the other things that come into it, and like we're going to need a UI, and we're going to need settings so that people can adjust settings. It's not going to be a very heavy game because it's not like we're going mad deep into ray tracing. We're doing simple things with simple tools as just a fun thing to do. And if I can ever evolve it into more, we will. But for now, we just want to get something there. And right now, I'm just feeling the drag of getting past that initial step where I got things working, and now it's not interesting to me right now. So I need to get past that slump so that I can keep developing it, get a couple levels out, make sure that I can build and make an executable properly. It's not the first time I've built an executable, but we still have to make sure that it works on devices and make it playable for people. So if I ever intend on this being an actual app that goes onto an app store, I need to make sure I can test it on iOS and Android, and I've never done that. So making APKs is going to be a new hard step to get past. And I need to keep telling myself that the hard part's not over. The interesting part, for me at least, building that first blueprint might be over, but it's not the hardest bit. And I'm just going to keep telling myself that over the next few weeks. And hopefully I'll have an update where I have like 10 or 15 levels and a playable demo by the end of February, because that would be super cool. Because then I can twist my ideas and try to go further with it. Instead of just doing an idle maze solving game, we can get really in depth and difficult and find something that changes the genre and tries to do something with the story. Kind of like what I said in episode 1. I want to have a story-driven maze game at some point. And if I can figure out a way to make a narrative out of this, we will. But we have to get past the mental slump. And right now, that's where we're sitting. So we're gonna do the like classic anime face slap thing and get back into it and get past the slump and find something new and interesting to contribute to this project so that it actually happens. Because I want it to happen. That's why I started doing these videos, is because I want this to be a thing that exists. And not only this first one, but all of the other maze games that run through my head on the daily that I can't get to because I can't get past that slump. We'll get there. I know we will, because I won't let myself not. And I hope that you guys, in any point in time, are enjoying seeing this process and are excited to look back on this with me for the release of these things I'm doing. So until next time, send your encouragements in the comments so that we get through this, and I know we will, because we can't not. It is our goal for the year. So let's get it done quickly so that we can move on to even more exciting goals on this channel. Until next time, thank you all for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You're on YouTube, you know what to do. Until next time, see you around. Bye.